Jesus' invitation is not believe in me. He invites me and he invites you to follow him. Jesus said, follow me, not believe in me. Jesus said, follow me, not believe in me. Follow me is relational. You know this, follow me is active. You're keeping your eye on somebody, you're moving with them, they're a moving target. It's interactive. You're having a conversation as you go, you're following in their footsteps. Jesus never changed that invitation. He invited the first followers in the first century, you read about them in the Bible, right up to today. The invitation to live a faithful life comes from following Jesus. When you live and love like Jesus, your life is going to look different from the world because you look more like Jesus. That's what following him is about, right? You say different things, you do different things, you stand out a little bit because Jesus didn't look like a lot of the things in this world. In fact, he loved people differently, he responded to enemies differently, he welcomed the poor and the downcast, the excluded that other people didn't like and couldn't get anything from. Jesus, in fact, interacted with the world differently, and so will we when we follow Jesus. And so I want you to follow, when Jesus invites us to follow him, he never altered this invitation. But unfortunately, sometimes I think some people like me in a church have. Sometimes in an effort to soft sell the gospel and get you to kind of just, come on, just buy into this thing, they've undersold the idea of what it means to be a Christian. And they soft sell the invitation from follow me to just believe like me, look like me. And unfortunately, maybe this is your experience. Maybe some of you grew up in a church where they said, just believe like this. And as you've gone on, believing hasn't really affected your life. You acknowledge something, you see something, you're aware of God, you're aware that he exists, and you wonder, why doesn't he show up in my life? And so your faith maybe seems kind of frail or feeble. And you wonder, where is God? Because here's the thing, God never called us to believe in him. Jesus said, follow me. Now, the problem with that is most of us would rather believe, because believing is easier, right? You all know this. It's easier to believe in something than do anything about it. It's easier to just believe. It's less demanding. It's less disruptive than follow me, because follow me interrupts your day. Follow me means get up off the couch. Follow me means you might have to pause Netflix and go outside into the world, when I'd rather sit and eat Cheetos and watch Netflix. I can believe in Jesus from my couch, but he doesn't really give us that invitation. He calls us to follow him. Believe in me leaves you exactly where you are, and it doesn't actually disrupt what you're doing. But we're not called to believe, we're called to follow. We're called to have real world change. Because when you follow Jesus, you don't just say, yes, I believe in him. Yep, that's me. We actually look different. And it's troubling because I know in the church world it's easy to say this is what I believe in, this is what's defined my life, and we say I believe in Jesus. And that's awesome because so does Satan. Satan believes in Jesus. In fact, he's seen God face to face. Satan knows that God exists. And that belief doesn't do him any good. That knowledge doesn't do it any good because guess what? Satan is not following Jesus. And so it's not about belief. It's not about knowledge. All of that comes up short and doesn't actually lead to a faithful, life-altering existence. The problem is when you actually read the Bible, we discover that Jesus didn't invite people to believe true things about him so that they could get to heaven and have fire insurance when they die. Jesus actually invites people to live a life in the here and now, right here, today. Whenever you're watching this, Jesus' invitation is live like me in the world today. To have a confidence that God is with you and has a plan for you and has called you to do something today that will make a difference today and maybe even in eternity. To live and love like Jesus right now, not just believe, but to live like it. Follow me. This is how Jesus called people to himself.